So hi everyone, today I would be giving you some information on project goals and project objectives. So we would be familiar with goals and objectives, but if you would have ever come across a time where you were supposed to set a goal or an objective for the project, then here is some information on how you can set the goal and objective. So initially a project goal. So in project management, a goal is the ultimate aim or desired outcome of a project. It is basically a very high level information, but it defines exactly what is the outcome. So it does not have too much of information as well as too less information. So basically the goal gives you the information of what actually the product is supposed to give at the end of the timeline. So what is the desired outcome and what is it supposed to what value is it supposed to provide to your customers? So all this information is generally enrolled in the project goal. To define a goal, basically you need to have to foresee and well ahead of time. So you cannot just immediately set up a goal all of a sudden. You need to look through different nuances, different aspects and the environment you are in order to set up a goal. And you also need to keep in mind the timeline of your goal. So when defining a goal, it's very key to a project management because every project you come across will definitely have a goal, and this goal helps you to check if the project is moving in the right direction and tasks are well aligned with your goals, or if it has deviated out of its scope. Only when you set up a project goal you would be able to align your tasks, daily tasks and activities, to check and see and validate if those activities are well aligned with your project goals. If it's not aligned, then you can be very sure that you are going out of scope and deviating. So basically a project has minimum of one goal, but it can also exceed to two or more goals. And goals can be short time period or it can be a long time period goal. When setting up a goal, as I said, you always need to make sure that your goals follow the SMART method. So if you don't know what is SMART, it's basically specific, measurable, attainable, realistic and time bound. So if you need to know more information on SMART, then you can click on the video link that's given in the description box where I've mentioned more details about the SMART method. So always make sure that your goals are very smart. So here is an example of the different types of project goals. So goals can either be smart or they can be vague. So when taking SMART goals, here are some examples. Increase sales by 50% at the end of 2021. Increase employee count by 40% by the first quarter. Find 3 investors in the next 3 months. Close deal by the month end. So when you look at these goals, of course they are smart because, for example, let us take this first goal, increase sales by 50% at the end of 2021. Can you guess why it's a smart goal? So let me tell you how is it smart. So this goal here, it specifies the exact detail of 50%, which is definitely measurable. And also it's very specific by increase sales by 50%. And it also has a timeline which is the end of 2021. So this goal is also attainable and it also needs to be checked whether it's relevant to the project. So since it satisfies the SMART criteria, we can call it the SMART goal. Similarly, if you look at the other goals also, it definitely is very specific, it is time bound, it is measurable, and of course it is also realistic. Looking at vague goals, here is a vague goal. Develop a good product for customers. Conduct an event. So if you look at these goals, of course they are a goal for an individual, but it does not give much of information. Here when I say develop a good product for my customers, what is the product? What are my product features? What am I trying to solve with this product? By which timeline should I finish completion of the product? Who are my customers? I don't know any information. So therefore it's a very vague goal. Looking at this second example also is conduct an event. So what is the event? When is the event to be conducted? How many people are to be invited? Who are the people to be invited? What the event is about and what is the agenda of the event? Nothing is known. It's just very vague. So always make sure that your goals are very smart and not vague. Next moving on to project objectives. So, in project management, an objective is a detailed task that must be attained in order to achieve the ultimate goal. So, always to achieve a goal, there are always several objectives in your milestone towards your goal. It is very specific and detailed, unlike your goal, which is very abstract, but it defines what the project has to achieve. When you look at an objective, the objective is very much specific and detailed. And also, when you define an objective, you also need to make sure that the objective is also SMART. So here is an example of an objective. Let's take the example of the goal that we defined, which is find 3 investors in the next 3 months. So having this as a goal, what would be my objective? So my objective that I would define would be find 1 investor per month. So always when you have a goal, you need to break it down into different segments, which are called as objectives. So every objective needs to be completed in order to achieve your goal. So that's the difference between your objectives and your goals, and how are you to create objectives and goals. I hope this video was informative. It's like it provided a base information of what are goals and what are objectives, since many of us at sometimes we do get confused between goals and objectives. So this is a little bit of information on how your goals and objectives differ from each other and how to define SMART goals and objectives. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to this channel and do share your feedbacks. Thank you so much.